Welcome back, everybody, to Seekers of Sarmanath. We have just completed a long rest down in the tombs of the Amber Hall. Rose has sorted through a ton of old trinkets, and some investigation was done to keep the place safe by Sambar and Goric. Now you've had a chance to sleep, rest up, you are at full HP, you can recover half of your spent hit die, and of course all of your spell slots. So, as you wake up for the day, feeling much more rested, what is it that the five of you are up to?
I think I'm just gonna show Goric what I wanted to show him yesterday, right? I guess I called out for him yesterday and he was busy, and then I didn't want to bother him.
We probably technically do that during the rest, but
And I'll just come over and I'll say, Goric, I found something. I'm not sure if you can use this, but it looks kind of like a symbol on your book on this, and I show him the Warhammer.
I was a craftsman. I never learned to use the Warhammer like many of my kinsmen. That's I asked Greg about Dwarven Warhammer proficiency, and we decided based on my backstory, it just didn't make any sense.
Well, maybe you could learn it though, right? Never too late to learn new things.
That is true. I could certainly try. There's another hammer in the statue's hands that looks like it might be of import. But yes, I think if nothing else, I can take this somewhere it will not be forgotten and neglected down here. Thank you, Rose. Or Queen, first light of the sun on the dew-soaked morning petals.
You're welcome. There are also some dented helmets over there if you want one of those.
Is there any a dwarven armor down here that is better than my scale mail?
None that is better than your scale mail. There is old scattered pieces of dwarven armor amongst all the junk, but it is largely just that. It is corroded or ceremonial or both, or, missing large pieces of it, seemingly unfinished. It was left up in the halls somewhere. None of it seems to be completed or in good enough shape to replace your own armor.
Okay. I didn't expect it, but I figured, if we walked past a set of mountains, I'd at least check.
Fair enough.
So, let's see. I'm looking at Sean's spells.
While they were having that conversation, you just see Sambar with a head-sized orange, just like chewing and staring at them. And I just look at it, and I look at Janla. Do you want some?
No, I'm not hungry.
This is why you're so small. I bet you did this when you were younger.
Oh.
It's what my mother always said. If you don't eat, you stay small. And then I'm just like, go back to eating.
This is why I ate 12 dozen eggs.
Exactly, right?
All right, so what are the five of you doing? You've had your chance to rest. What is the plan?
I think this is where Sambar pipes up. He's like, so how do we deem them all gone?
We'll come back to that in 1 second. I'll just ask Tom. Sean, do you want to prepare tongues so that you can cast tongues on me and I can cast Speak with Dead and both of us use one of our third level spell slots, or do you want me to use both of mine for this?
Use both of yours because I'm taking Revivify. So in case things go real bad, I can still cast a Fireball today and save somebody after dying.
Do you have a diamond for it?
That's a great question.
I think all the resurrection spells take expensive measures.
Okay.
It's like diamond dust or something.
I'll swap it out with tongues then, unless it. No, it doesn't mention. Oh wait, no, it does. I read the description, not the components.
Yeah.
GP diamond.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's the trick with.
Wait, I do. Did I trade all my diamonds? I did. I sold them all to the dude.
Doesn't somebody? We didn't get rid of all of the diamonds that you guys got though.
Well, they were gems. Were they actually diamonds?
They were diamonds. So
The
we could probably
little,
grind
the
them.
little diamonds that you had were small and imperfect and are not 1,000 GP. Right. Any one of them would not satisfy the requirements of the spell.
Okay.
Revivify needs diamonds worth 300 gold. You can use multiple diamonds worth 300 gold. It doesn't have to be one flawless one. That's higher level spells that need one flawless one.
I see. Well, the entirety of all of the diamonds that you were given at that one time with your bag was 300 gold. And you have since divvied it up and
Most of it is
spent
gone,
some of
yeah.
it,
Okay.
so-
Okay.
Never mind.
So
I'll swap it out for tongues then, and we'll do one each.
Okay. All right. So he'll cast tongues on me. I'll cast speak with dead on the goblin boss, and we got some questions for him.
Okay. So, Goric, you set up the corpse of this goblin boss, and you are going to cast Speak with Dead on it? What does it look like when you cast Speak with Dead?
Gorik's gonna lay the body out, and going to sort of lean right over the face, and I'm going to do a big inhale, and then exhale into its open mouth, and its chest kind of fills and its eyes snap open.
Oh.
I don't actually put my mouth on it.
You don't French the goblin boss?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Actually, you know what? It's creepier that way. I will blow air into its lungs to inflate them so that it can answer.
Oh, okay. You see Goric bend down, inhale, and take his ghostly, otherworldly breath into the goblin. Its lungs expand, its chest grows, its eyes snap open. And you can speak with it. It immediately says something to you in Goblin. Goblin, goblin, goblin.
And with Tom casting tongues on me, I understand what it's.
What does tongues look like from you, Tom?
Like most of his non-fire-based spells, it's very like not flashy. He does some incantations and the usual motions that you have to do to
Does
cast
it
a spell.
bore Tom to cast spells like this?
Huh?
Does it bore you to cast
Yeah,
spells like this?
these are kind of like the less.
Like, doesn't even
ones.
put all of his magical energy in.
There's like a burning sensation in his throat when the tongue spell goes off, and his tongue starts to burn a little bit. But other than that, there's really nothing that stands out about this for him. All of his not fire spells are pretty subtle in effect.
All right.
I like the idea that the light domain cleric doesn't cast flashy spells.
Only when they deserve to be flashy.
Right.
So, the eyes open, the spells go off, and you hear it speak out to you. It says, I was asleep! Oh, what do you want?
Greg, have you read the description
I have,
for all the
yes.
limitations of Speak with Dead?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I will tell it how many, or I'll ask it, how many goblins are down here with you?
My tribe only. Other tribe elsewhere. I think my tribe dead now. At your hands.
The other tribe is in the ruin.
Yes.
Where do you keep the items you've stolen?
He gestures out, like the hand of this corpse, like gestures out past you down the hallway. Says, "Keep as warning. Keep as warning for other goblins if they come."
I like the idea that they keep their treasures as their warning system. Like, their treasures are all the junk that we found. They have no real treasure. Let's see, that was 3 questions. You guys have anything you want to ask you think would be good to know?
No.
moment-
Let me know when you're done and I'll burn them.
Unless
I was about to
Do
say,
they-
the moment...
is there a way into the? Sorry, go ahead.
You're good.
No, is there a way in to the other? Like, does he know a way in past the rubble to the other goblin tribe?
Um,
I don't know if there's a way to ask that though.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It doesn't have to be yes or no, but simpler questions are usually better.
Maybe where is the other goblin tribe?
He said elsewhere. I don't know if he knows exactly where they live. Where does the other tribe come from?
Deep through the walls. We were part of tribe, now separate.
Ah, they fractured.
Thought so.
That's 4. We've got 1 left. I'm thinking maybe how many are they? But anybody have a better final question to ask?
Maybe if you have anything hidden.
It'd be difficult for him to answer that. He probably wouldn't know. I mean, he might know if they've got somebody hidden, but he's dead and wouldn't know where they are at this point.
I'm talking like their secret treasures. Like he showed us where their like treasure is. Like they have secret like hidden as elsewhere. Like I don't know.
I will. Let's see. I could ask him either how many people are in the other tribe, if he knows, or I could ask him what they fear most down here, in case there's something else worse than the goblins. What do you guys think?
I'm not afraid of the goblins, regardless of their numbers, really. So, yeah, I'd say what else they fear. Is there anything else down here that they're afraid of?
Anyone else input? Millman, Sean?
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
They're probably just gonna say the cube though that we just killed.
Possibly. Yeah.
They haven't met me yet, or they don't live long enough. So...
Yeah, Gorik doesn't. Gorik wants to try and make sure we get all of the goblins, so numbers are ideal because then we can just kind of check them off as we kill them all. But the goblin probably doesn't have a great sense of mathematics either. So.
Lots.
Yeah, exactly.
One in.
One
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just
Worthless.
holds up fingers. Yeah, I'll ask it. I guess I'll use the last question to. What do you fear most down here?
It looks at you and says, "Large stone dwarf." And with that, its spell ends. The final bits of the air you had pushed into its lungs leaks out. Its eyes snap shut, and it falls once again silent in the room.
Okay.
Thank fuck, because that thing was creepy as shit.
I'll just look at Tom and just give him the nod, like.
All right, I pick the body up and we'll send it over to that bonfire that we've got going.
All right.
We burn this goblin.
You burn the goblins. It goes up in a satisfying, choking cloud of smoke. The stench washes down over you.
So if anything are their numbers to go off of, I reckon there's another, maybe 15?
Well, we have another direction that we never checked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go do that. And if we don't find anything, I think it might just be time to call it.
Oh, thank God. I really don't want to be down here anymore. There's no fresh air.
There's
How
only
do
so
you
much we
sleep
can
down
do. Dwarves are used to stagnancy.
Gorik does not comment.
Man, open plains, so much fresh air. Only have to worry about a little bit of smoke if there's, like, you know, a big fire.
So then the plan is to head up north here then? So
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go check this last unexplored area.
Well,
all right.
Okay, sure. The last unexplored area, he says.
Well, yeah,
Sure,
I'm sure there's more that we haven't looked at yet.
You
Oh yeah,
look
there's
your way through this last tunnel here. And you see, once again, another raised section of squares. These tiles clearly taken from somewhere else and transplanted here, covering the hallway in front of you. And you see another one of these square chambers with a dwarven statue in the center, and piles of bodies spread out around it.
One is printing something on my printer.
Subscribe to PewDiePie. Anywho, I'll get to it was a thing that happened. Hackers hacked into people's open printer ports and were printing subscribe to PewDiePie. Also, fix your printer's open network port. Anywho.
It's my wife. She's printing something.
I was there for the last trap. Can I, use my foot, press on it, but balance so that obviously I don't fall if the hole falls?
You stamp on this thing for a little bit, finally putting enough pressure on it that the squares fall away and break. And underneath, you see a large pit filled once again to the brim with dead snakes.
And I wish I had animate dead, because that would.
I was gonna say.
Zombie snakes!
I'm gonna peek around this corner here, shuffling by Sandbar.
All right, you peek around this corner, revealing a area that looks stunningly similar to what you have been traipsing through.
All right. I'm gonna start doing what Sandbar did yesterday, and I'm gonna start sneaking up this hallway here.
Okay. You be
checking these doors as I go by them.
Back here still, by the way, Greg.
Your Goric is way behind the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goric's looking at the statue and wondering if I might describe the statue as a large stone dwarf.
You could describe it that way. So, Tom, you are gonna hop over the now exposed pit and begin sneaking down this tunnel here. Please do me a favor and roll a stealth check as you do so.
Look at that 3.
Nice. All right. You begin making your way down the hall as stealthily as you possibly can, ignoring the jingle of your armor, it seems, as you look through here.
Samba just crouches on the corner once he starts going down and is like, I'm gonna let him go first, but I'm gonna stealth. And I'm gonna follow with a good 15, 20 feet between us. So if they see him, they're not gonna see me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go until I maybe notice a large cluster of goblins.
Okay. You are making your way down the hall. Very slowly, it seems like. You do not see much of anything past this this hall here. The rubble and whatnot that you saw in the rubble and whatnot that you saw in the other halls is not evident. In fact, as you peer into this, I'm on the right side. As you peer into this door, this hallway, you see neatly lined shelves of dwarven bodies wrapped in their ceremonial gowns and gauzes, and they are neatly lined in the shelves. All of the accoutrement, the small statues, a little bit of wealth, and their livelihood seem to be in place. Very different from the visages of the other tombs that you've been seeing.
Okay. I figured this is probably the one that the goblins are scared of then, with the big dwarf statue down at the end.
Right about this time, I think Goric tries to take the hammer from the statue down here.
Okay. You take the hammer from the statue. It is very heavy. It takes 2 hands to wield, and unless you have 16 or more strength, you do so at disadvantage.
Okay. I do not have 16 or more strength. I have 14 strength.
Yes.
Is it... You said it was finely crafted and it looked made for a purpose?
It finely crafted. It looks like it could be used for it is a crafting hammer. You would use this at a forge or at
so it's not a combat weapon.
It's not a combat weapon, but it is oversized. It is made for a large statue to fit in its hands. It seems it is made for at least a large-sized creature, and it is very heavy.
Oh, I'm sad I don't have Gormak because he totally could have used this hammer.
I can.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I could with great ease.
Yeah, Millman could. He's definitely
With the greatest
strong
of
enough
ease.
to. But are there any like arcane runes or anything on it? Does it give any indication outside of a detect magic spell that it might be magic?
You begin looking up and down the hammer, trying to find any indication that it could be magical. And you don't come away with any arcane runes or anything that makes you think that it might be magical. It is engraved, especially in the head, with symbols of dwarven gods, specifically of crafting and architecture and building and masonry. Right? It is definitely marked with their religious symbols. The name of the house you can see etched into the handle of this hammer. However, the handle itself is quite badly corroded and damaged from time.
Okay. I think I'll just put the hammer back then.
Okay.
It's too heavy for me to wield, and I don't feel like it's being specifically like offered to us by the statue. I'll leave it down here.
Okay.
And then I'll kind of shuffle up here.
All right. You
I have
join
Janlar
the
to
party.
cast detect magic on it later, but
So, Tom, you're looking at fairly well-kept tombs of dwarves. What do you do?
I'm starting to think that there's no goblins here, and I'm gonna just kind of I'm gonna give up on the stealth route and just kind of start walking along, still checking doors as I go by them.
Mm-hmm.
Not that brazen.
You notice as you walk through here, everything is pretty well preserved. In this section that you're looking at, this statue over here seems to be particularly run down. It looks very little like a statue at this point. It appears to look more just like a standing pillar of stone. But otherwise, this is perfectly pristine area.
I'm going to grab some rubble, like a nice baseball-sized rock, cast light on it, and throw it right at this statue that you were telling me looks really run down.
Give me a perception check to find a piece of rubble.
Okay. Oh, right. This is a really cleaned up area.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We got a 19.
You take a look around, and it takes some time for you to find a nice baseball chunk of rubble. Unlike the rest of the tombs that you've been wandering through, this one is fairly well preserved. But you do eventually find a place where time itself has slowly ravaged the halls, and there is a bit of freestanding stone for you to grab. You pick it up and cast light, and you're going to chuck it at this thing. 10, 15,
yeah, hard.
25, 30, 35, 40. You are within range. You do so, and you strike this pillar. Please roll d4 damage.
That takes a point of damage.
All right, and with that, you see this pillar move and unwrap itself as long tendril-like arms splay out. And the pillar has an eye that opens and stares at you as you see this creature. Blah, is actually where this statue was. And I don't know how long its reach is.
Probably not 60 feet.
50 feet.
Yes!
You are exactly... Its long tendril reaches out as far as it will go to reach you, but comes up a few feet short.
Yes.
And it roars. Rows of teeth shine in the dim amber light. And it just continues to wave its tendrils at you slowly. It actually does have a movement speed. That's interesting. I didn't know
I think
that.
we do initiative at this point.
Yes, now would be time for initiative.
All right.
I guess you yell out or something, right? So we hear
Oh
it.
yeah, like a ha ha.
Also, I just want to say it looks like the creature's wearing a blanket, like a kid that's dressed up.
It looks like one of those,
Adorable.
the sheet
That's
ghost.
super cute.
It really does when you move it.
Even has like the one eye
really
hole in
does.
it, so like you just have
I
the
love
kid
it.
peering through the one eye hole.
Alrighty, so looks like Tom rolls a 19, Rose with a 15, Sambar with a 14, Janlar with a 7. Gorik is not with us at the moment. No, he is. He's back. Gorik with a 19.
Natural 20 on initiative. That means
Hey,
nothing.
you go
because-
first.
Nice. All right.
He goes second.
Tom, you're the first to react. What do you do?
Fireball.
Doesn't.
So it makes a dexterity saving throw for half damage. Otherwise, it's going to take 27 points right off the bat.
Wow. All right. It is a 15. Does that pass?
That's a pass, yeah. So
All
it takes
right.
half, so it's going to take 13.
It takes 13 points of
and
damage.
then I'm going to run 30 feet backwards.
Alrighty. So the
5, 6, and Shield of Faith, by the way.
all right, and you cast Shield of Faith. Very good. So the
Can't cast Shield of
creature
Faith, though.
wraps its
Bonus action.
tendrils around itself
but it's
protectively as
2
your
levels
fireball goes off, shielding itself from damage. You then cast your Shield of Faith and run backwards, which leads us to Gorik. What do you do?
Let's see here. Where am I? I'm back here. I see a flash of light from the fireball going off.
Yeah, and you heard a ha-ha right before
Yeah.
that happened, so.
Can I get here?
You can, yeah, you can step gingerly around the now open pit.
Okay. And then what am I looking at? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 25, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. No, it's too far away. I'm just gonna wait.
All right.
Yeah. That thing's it's a ways away still. I'm gonna let it stay down there.
All
I
right.
ain't running. I'm too old for this ship.
Well, it has been struck by fire, and its prey seems to be running away from it. So, this thing is going to move forward. It's 10 feet. So there's 5, there's 10. And it is probably too far away from you. It is.
I moved 30
1,
feet and I was out of range before, so yeah.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Blah, right there. Yeah, its 6 arms wriggle around, lash out at you, but can't reach.
Alright.
And it stays there. That brings us back around to Rose. What do you do?
Next time I play a caster, somebody shoot me with a fireball. So I'm gonna. I have too many spells to look at. It's really harsh.
I can do it tomorrow if you really want.
Maybe we'll think about it. So can I get past the? Wait, Sambar checked the tiles and there's a pit now. Do I need a next check with it to get past that now?
No, you guys can carefully step around it. If you spend like 5 feet of difficult terrain, you can step around it.
Okay, fine.
That's double the cost, right?
Double the cost for that square.
25. Okay, I can make it exactly over here.
All right.
And then I would like to 10, 20. 30, 40, 50, 60. Yep, I would like to cast Moonbeam centered right here.
Right. You cast Moonbeam. It's,
Constitution saving throw, but not now?
no,
Only when it
starts its turn in there. So a circle of pale light forms around it. We will draw a shape. It's
5 foot radius of 10 feet circle.
It's going to apparently be black, because everything I draw and do is black for some reason, even though it says not. So a circle of 10-foot pale lights envelops the creature, and on its turn it will make a save. Perfect.
Wonderful.
That brings us to Sambar. What are you doing?
Hoppa! Get all excited. I'm still stealth, so I jump to this location here. I hop the little thing and move to that side. And I'm going to put an arrow in it.
All right. Please roll to hit.
Do I get advantage because I'm coming out of stealth?
Sure. This roper is fixated upon Tom at the moment.
That
hits.
23. 22 damage.
All right, it takes 22 points of damage. All right, that is your turn, which brings us...
No, I get a second attack.
You do get a second attack, I'm sorry. Please make your second attack.
19.
A 19 misses. Your arrow strikes it, but does not damage the creature. It's all, like natural rocky hide is too strong.
I did not get that impression from the fireball, right?
No, your fireball damaged it. So
Sandbar narrows his eyes. He's like, that motherfucker is hard.
that brings us to Janlar. What are you doing?
Let's see. Okay, I can get to here.
All right.
And I'm going to. How far is that? I'm gonna cast. I'm not gonna cast anything because I don't want to cast Firebolt.
I know. I love that we take a long rest and Sean comes out of the long rest after being out of spells for the second half of our adventuring day yesterday, and just immediately fireball.
All right, so Janlar moves across the pit and readies himself against the coming roper.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost if it comes close enough, but I know it alone.
All right, sounds good. That brings us to the top of the round. Tom, what do you do?
I think I have my action. Let me check one thing about the spell really fast. Yeah, I'm gonna Scorching Ray it.
All right.
Because it's too far away for Fairy Fire.
Doric,
So-
like, there's a reason you were out of spell slots so quickly yesterday.
Well, what was that? Pew pew. Let's see. That's 15, 12 if that hits. Or no, I get my proficiency bonus, don't I?
Proficiency
So
plus
it's-
spellcasting modifier.
Yeah. So then it's actually a 15, an 18, and a 9.
All of them miss.
Really?
Your spells reflect off of its hard AC of 20.
Oh wow, that's a bit of a yikes, isn't it?
Yeah, rope is really high AC.
Alrighty.
Okay. So
Not
how
as
far away is
good.
it right now? Let me see the distance really fast. 1, 2,
5, 10, 15,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 70 feet, right?
That's what I got.
Okay. I'm going to wait then and not move yet.
Okay, excellent. That brings us to Goric. What do you do?
Are you adding your full spell attack modifier? You should get at least a +6.
Yeah, I did +6. Nothing hit 20 at that point, though,
12
so
plus
everything
6
missed.
is an 18.
Best. Yeah. I'm gonna skirt around the edge of the pit trap and get over here.
All right. That is a much harder thing to do than over here, because you're going over 10 feet of tiles there. So I want you to make an acrobatics check.
Are there still tiles there?
Well, it's 10 feet of pit, open pit.
Okay, the whole pit.
Yeah.
collapsed.
Sandbar
Okay.
collapsed the fake tiles to create a
Okay.
pit.
All right. I wasn't sure if it was just like the first few collapsed or the
No.
entire thing fell in. So what am I making? Acrobatics.
Acrobatics, please.
Instead?
Acrobatics.
Can I make athletics instead?
Can
Can I just jump it?
You can do a standing jump, sure. We'll have you roll athletics. Athletics dexterity.
That's a lot better than the negative one would have been.
17 passes. You just leap across it.
I do a little hoop.
All right.
and get over here. And what does this room over here look like?
This room is very similar to the ones that you have seen. It seems the goblins have gotten to this room and torn it to pieces.
All right. Is there a statue in here? Does he have a hammer?
There is a statue in here. He does not have a hammer.
Okay.
He just stands, arms folded, glaring down at you.
Okay. Well, I think that's all Gorik's gonna do. That thing's really far away.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, actually, you know what? I'll move here. I'll move over into this space.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That brings us to the creature's turn. It starts its turn inside the moonbeam, so it must make a Constitution save.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It rolls a 21.
Right, so it fails, but it still takes half of 2d10. So it takes like... What? Is that right? That looked really weird, yes.
Yeah, that's
Oh
right.
yeah, it's just your name.
So 11, so it'll take half of that. So it takes 5 points of moonbeam damage. And then it's going to walk its way out of this moonbeam backwards. There's 5 feet of movement, 10 feet of movement. And it curls itself back up into a pillar and stops moving, making it indistinguishable from a pillar. But
It's not a shape changer, right?
it looks at. Nope, it is not a shape changer. Its appearance just is indistinguishable from a normal formation, like a stalagmite.
Right.
But, you know, it's a stalagmite that you can see. So, it doesn't really help it that much. But it's out of the moonbeam. And that's its turn. So, that brings us back around to Rose. It's your turn. What do you do?
I would like to move a little bit forward.
Okay.
And 20. And then I would like to relocate the moonbeam on top of the creature.
Okay. Whoa.
Which is...
Chat box.
I was gonna be just as annoying next turn. This thing is not gonna pillar itself out of danger.
Which is my action, I guess.
Yes, I believe moving the moonbeam takes your action. All right, and so you do. That brings us to Sambar. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna move up, so I'm still in plenty of good range.
Uh-huh.
How far is that from me? I don't want to get too close. Oh, ruler, please. Oh yeah, I'm still good. All right, then I'm gonna put 2 more arrows in it this time.
All right, roll to hit.
Come on, hopefully hitting. Crit.
That's a crit.
He takes 18 points of damage. It's a pretty lame
Nice.
crit. And a second attack.
That is a miss.
Miss, yeah.
Alrighty. So, that is Sambar. That brings us to Janlar. What are you doing?
I'm gonna move forward a little bit, and I'm gonna cast haste on Sambar.
Okay, you cast haste on Sambar. Sambar, you once again feel the rush of extra energy and jitteriness and moving fast wash through you.
Woo!
Yeah.
Fast beat. Bleep!
And that is Janlar's turn. Brings us back around to Tom.
All right, I drop a flaming sphere 60 feet away from me, and so
And
it's
you
20 feet
ram
away
it
from
into
the
him,
creature.
yeah?
Yep, and as a bonus action, it moves 30 feet, and
All
so
right.
it has to come out of pillar form here because it's a dexterity saving throw. So either that or it just takes the damage.
Yes, dexterity saving throw. It fails.
So it takes 5 points of damage,
All
and then
right.
the spear just like bounces off and rolls 10 feet backwards to get to
All right. And with that, this roper... Oh, it's Gorik's turn, actually. Gorik, what do you do?
Gorik's gonna do. Oops, I need to select my thing. Gorik's gonna do a little hup and try and get over here.
All right. You are walking along like an edge next to that pit there. We'll call that just like difficult terrain, but you can go across it.
Okay. All right. So I'll just kind of slowly move across, and that eats almost all of my movement.
Uh-huh.
So I
Okay.
get that far.
Perfect. All right.
And then I guess I'll use my action to dash then and kind of catch up to everyone.
All right, you are caught up with the rest of the party. That brings us to this creature's turn. The roper will save against the moonbeam. Is very disappointed its choice in range here. It fails and takes 5 points of damage.
Oh man.
This thing
Our
is
2s and 3s across the board. I
One
like this.
time that thing rolls badly, I just fuck up with him.
I like this though. It's like 3, 2 for the rolls. Greg has a 2+3, and then you have a 2+3.
This
Everything
thing
kinda-
is
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
going to move 10 feet away from the moonbeam and end its turn. All right, this is a very sad roper.
I've been thinking about writing frosting it.
So that is that's its turn. Rose, what you got?
I mean, what do you think, Greg? I would like.
You wanna move this moonbeam? I think you want to move it over here, right? Just get it far away. Just maybe over here.
Just put it on top. It's fine. Can I sit?
It's
70, 90. Yeah, we're still good. Just put it on top. Yeah.
All right.
Also,
Good job,
I can't
Rose.
do bonus action because all my spells are like, even if I have a bonus action spell, they're concentration. So it's like I can't do. It's
Okay.
just-
All right. You're doing good. Sambar, you're hasted. What do you want to do?
This is where this pillar suddenly reveals that it is also a roper.
The first one was bait.
Yeah.
I move up, and I'm hasted. So let's give it a volley of arrows.
All right.
No,
Start
that's
rolling. That's a miss. That's a miss.
That was a miss. Let me just take off my arrows. And I'm gonna move into here to break line of sight, and then I'm gonna roll a hide.
Okay, so you cannot do that.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah,
action.
You need to. Rogues have cunning action, so they can use.
Yeah, but I'm
their...
hasted. I get an
Haste
extra
doesn't
action.
Get an
let
extra-
you- I don't think hide is one of the extra actions you can take with haste.
The action is used to
Yeah,
attack.
no.
dash,
You're hasted. I think you get an extra action.
It's
I thought
in
it was,
the Zoom chat. He just.
Oh, he can hide. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Yeah.
My mistake.
It's
Okay.
part of the spell.
Yeah, you get an extra action. You're right. You
Yeah,
can
hide
use
isn't
your
it?
haste action to hide. Please roll a stealth
I
check.
got it.
All right,
Lame.
very good. Very good. That is awesome. So, you are hidden, or doing your best to hide. Very good. So, that brings us to Janlar.
I'm gonna move forward. And
Is
cast-
Ray of Frost 60 feet?
Yeah, I'm gonna ray of frost it.
Okay.
He's gonna move in range of you.
It can't move that far. I can only move 10 feet.
Yeah, and he has 50-foot range.
Oh, that's 50-foot range.
Yeah.
We
Personally, I think you should go with it. I think this is gonna be really fun.
well, but if he hits it with Ray of Frost, doesn't that slow its movement down by 10 feet?
It's
What if-
moving, but not its
What
reach,
is
right?
this? 1, 2.
Right, but if
If it loses 10 feet of movement, then it's stuck.
7,
Yeah, if it has 0 feet of movement, it
10,
can't move.
So this is
Chandler's technically in reach, but not.
So I would go exactly to 60 feet away from it.
Okay.
Cast ray of frost.
All right.
I
Please
mean, our
roll the
characters
hit.
probably don't know that it can reach exactly 50 feet. It's a
Well, it tried to reach me in
Your
case.
spell
just short.
misses.
And then can I use the rest of my movement to move back 1 square?
Sure.
Okay. I'm doing that.
All right. And that is your turn. Tom, what are you doing?
All right, I'm gonna move 10 feet forward,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna roll my flaming sphere 20 feet forward and ram into this thing again
Alright.
and bounce back another 10.
Yeah. It will make a dex save.
2d6, 6 points of damage if it fails.
It fails.
Yep.
All right, 6 more points of damage on the roper.
This
This
poor
is
monster.
a really tough encounter, y'all. I don't know if you can handle it. Gorik, you got something for it?
a blessing of death, maybe.
I was gonna say, how far is Toll of the Dead?
It's only 60 feet, so I'd have to get up next to Janlar to do it.
Damn, your short little
Would you
legs
like
can't
to?
carry.
I actually don't think I can make that far. 5, 10, 15, 25.
God.
The
Oh,
closest.
shit.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yeah, it's 10 feet too far away for me to hit it with Toll the Dead right now.
Alrighty.
So I'll just move up and just kind of shake my head like.
All right. It's gonna save against Moonbeam.
This poor thing.
It fails. It takes 6 points of damage.
I like how our rolls are consistent here.
I guess it's gonna move up.
Beasting.
There's 5. There's 10. And it's
Okay.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It can exactly touch Janlar.
Wait,
All right.
Hold on. One,
I think you miscounted your squares,
No
Janlar.
way. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bear in mind, it takes up 4
6,
spaces.
7, 8, 9, 10. So that
It's
still in
10.
front of
That's
me, that's
50
it.
feet. It can exactly touch you. So,
Sure.
it's got a lot of tendrils it's gonna hit you with. Plus 7.
It rolls a 1. Come on.
That is a hit.
That's a 24.
I believe he's.
That'll hit you. I'm going to need you.
By the way, I would be casting shield. What?
I think you might be 1 short, Greg, for the reach.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I'm counting
5,
1, 2,
10,
3,
15,
4,
20,
5, 6,
25,
7.
30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
I'm counting 10, and it comes up 1 square short of him.
Alright, you know what? He's got like he's got 8 health left.
He's gonna
I'm
have
gonna
to
put him down on my turn. It's okay.
10 is
Yeah.
right in front
He
of
might
him.
he might
right?
actually die on his turn because he's gonna take damage from the flaming sphere at the end of
Oh,
it.
that's right. He walked into the flaming sphere. Rolls flaming sphere damage. Actually, hold on.
It's at
Does he
the end of
just-
his turn.
No,
Technically.
he touched it, right? He walked into
He
it.
would have walked into it, yes.
Yeah, he walked into it.
Okay, so it's a deck save, or he'll take 6. He wouldn't die anyways. So he's still alive. So Janlar might still be dead.
Alright.
You hit Janlar.
Actually, I don't think the Roper can kill Janlar this turn.
1.
Don't underestimate how wimpy Janlar is.
No.
Wait, how much is the reach? Is it 50?
50,
Of a
yeah.
robot, would it be 60? Because he has Ray of Frosted, right? Or did that not
You
hit?
missed
I think it didn't
missed.
hit, right? Unfortunate.
Hold on.
Oh.
I don't actually. You know what? I think you're right. I think he's 1 short. I miscounted the first time. All right. He ends his turn there. Would you like to kill him, somebody? Who's next? Rose. Rose, would you like to kill him?
I would love to, but I don't think I can.
All right.
Is the thing.
Excellent.
That's my job.
Sandbar, would you like to kill him?
Yes. I don't know if I'm hidden or not, so I duck out and I'm gonna unleash
for the
some
three.
arrows.
All right. Get over 20.
25.
You kill him. Congratulations.
12 piercing.
That was the worst encounter ever. All right. So, congratulations, y'all. You got a lot of XP for nothing. All right. All right.
I'm really glad I threw that rock.
Excellent. Well
I
done.
go and retrieve as many arrows that aren't broken, and I'm like, that was so dumb. I wasted so many arrows.
You can recover half of your arrows
Half.
fired.
Yeah, I've been recovering half every time. I'm already down 8 more. God damn it.
Alrighty.
Have you considered shooting slower?
I just look at you like, what?
You would go through arrows less quickly.
Oh yes, Tom is an expert on going through things slowly.
Yeah. How many?
I still have
gonna
spells.
And I still have a quiver full of arrows.
Well, you're out of 3rd level spells now.
Only because I helped you.
Yeah.
Not pointing any fingers here, Gorik. I'm just
Right.
saying, if we're really counting my 3rd level spells,
Yeah.
your fault.
Anyway,
We're
does
getting ready
that
to
thing
take it
have
level,
any
no, one
goods inside of its corpse?
Does the roper have treasure in its corpse? Is that what you just asked?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's a roper. No, the
Does it
corpse
have
of the roper
expensive
is.
ghibli bits?
Huh?
Does it have expensive ghibli bits? I don't know. I'm just trying
do you want to cut up the roper and take pieces of it with you?
Sure.
Okay.
We wear its little ghost blanket for armor.
Can we hide in it? Can we try to look like a statue?
Can I skin it? Because obviously it can pose as stone. Could I skin it and use its skin to make like?
You can definitely try.
I would imagine, considering it has natural AC 20, that its skin would be like trying to cut through stone.
All right, I'll take it. Get my hand axe out, start chopping it, and like down the middle.
Break your axe.
All right, so you take a hand axe out and you start trying to chop away at the roper, doing your best to hack it up and in usable bits. I want
the inside will be soft, right?
I want you to make a survival strength check at disadvantage.
Okay, well I'm gonna roll this, but I get a +2 to the roll, so disadvantage but +2.
A
So
13.
I got
all right.
15 total.
All right. You begin hacking away at this creature with your hand axe, trying to salvage a skinning operation to it. You manage to get farther along than I think your companions expect you to, as you begin digging into this carapace, finding underneath the carapace the soft, fleshy, monstrous bits underneath as a foul-smelling ichor oozes out from it. And you start trying to scrape away the insides, but you find it very difficult work, and what you come away with resembles more a mound of rock than it does a skinned hide.
Well, that was disappointing, and now I'm all gross for nothing.
But you do have
Don't step in
bits.
Have rope bits.
You do have
Goric,
roper bits.
I'm assuming it's going to take Sambar some time
It does.
to skin things.
Yes.
So Goric is going to kind of advance forward and see what else is like. I'm working my way towards these back rooms, but I'm checking the room.
As you explore this area, you find it very well maintained. Right. It seems that the roper that had taken up residence here kept the prying goblins out. As you explore this area, what you find is these rooms to the south. The 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. 5 of them to the south, including this main hall down here. Are ransacked much the way the ones below you were, the other ones you've seen. And they have holes leading down into where the goblins were staying. But outside of those, and going north up here, the rooms are pretty much intact. And the bodies still lay to rest with most of their belongings.
Okay. Good. So there aren't any tunnels in this north wall anywhere?
No,
leading
there are
farther
not.
up? Okay. All right. Well, Gorik's gonna come back to where the roper died and be like, "I'm actually mildly sad we killed it. It was protecting the area more effectively than." I point at the snake pit trap.
Well, there's that, but there's also that creature was terrifying, and it absolutely wanted to eat me too.
I'm pretty sure we could have outrun it.
Sometimes you need to take a stand and dispense justice where you can.
And just hold up the rocky hide. I'm like, rawr.
Gorik just shakes his head. Young companions.
So is that all? Have we seen everything?
Did we check this whole... we've checked this whole area?
Yeah, you can spend some time checking through this area. There are much more valuables to be had here if you wish to take them from the dwarven
No.
tombs.
Though I might inquire about that hammer. The one way back, because you were talking about doing detect magic on it, right? Mike?
What? Sorry, I got distracted by realizing I'm the oldest player on this stream.
Thanks.
So you're just role playing your real life right now.
Yeah, I Gorik said that, and then I went, "Oh God, wait, no, I am the oldest one, I think."
By a year.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm happy being in the middle, not the youngest.
I think I have the honor of youngest.
Yep.
Yep. I'm the face of the future. Weep.
I do.
Yeah, you set everything on fire. That's horrible.
All right.
John's the first millennial. He
Yeah.
just-
Did you ever ask me to cast detect magic on?
I'm wondering, like, should we talk about that hammer now? Because I'm actually kind of interested in that a little bit. I don't want to take any valuables from this upper section. Like, it's properly protected gravesite.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not touching it.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly, indeed, Millman. Like
Incredibly
Sambar, I get
correct.
not taking it, but I'm shocked you're not.
I know, right?
Almost like, damn it! If only I had a second character.
Yeah, let me just pull up my other Roll20 character. Here you go. Here's
Gorik
Liam.
will.
He steals everything.
Gorik will check these tombs and see if there are any, like heirlooms or something that he feels would be more honored if they were returned to an active dwarf hold rather than sitting forgotten in this tomb. But if it's just bodies and they're keepsakes,
there are indeed heirlooms for all of these families, right? Each of these rooms is essentially the hold for a specific family. If a family is old enough or venerable enough, it might have two within the kind of larger context of the lineage of the lord they come from. And yes, in the halls that are here, the dwarves are often buried with keepsakes and heirlooms of their family, things that they accomplished or symbols of what they've accomplished in their lives in service to the dwarven hall and to their history, to their ancestors. And so yes, in fact, all of these are kind of filled with small trinkets of various value. This particular area seems to be a tomb for like brewmasters. You see a lot of symbology towards brewing and ale making and food preparing, though there are other, of course, dwarves buried with their families here. Not all take their families' way. It seems to be the commonality amongst many of them.
is there a banner or like a crest engraved on anything like that, or?
Yes, plenty of many different houses.
Okay. I'll roll up if there are any surviving like cloth banners or anything. I'll roll up one of the banners to take back.
Okay.
remember
Yes.
them.
There are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are 15 families entombed here. Each of them are buried with, symbols of their family names. You can take banners from each.
Okay. I'm probably going to have Sambar carry these, but...
How heavy are they?
Well, most of them, the ones that I think Gorik is taking are just cloth that has been buried with the body itself, and kind of draped over the top of it. And so he's picking through to find the one in the least amount of disrepair. And
they're all like burial shrouds that are like draped over the body.
Essentially, right? Yeah.
Okay, I won't take those. I was wondering if like the lords of this hall had like a family crest, like banner, like hung on a wall or something.
Not so much like a big banner, right? They're buried with small, like they're like engravings in their tombs. There are symbols of their home on their trinkets and on their
in that case, I will take I'll take out the Book of the Dead for this dwarf hold, and I'll check if their crests are already recorded in the book.
Okay. You begin leafing through the book, investigating it. As you do so, you come to realize that there are pages missing from the book. It seems that there are no fewer than 100 or so pages that have been torn from the spine of the book. But as you search your way through it, you do find eventually this hall here. And you can find the names of each and every of the bodies listed, and and their dates of death and their, basically their prestige, right? What they've done for their family, engraved in the holy text.
Okay. Are their crests, their family crests and stuff are in here too?
Yes, the family crest is shown above the initial entry for each family.
Okay, cool. That means there is a record of that, so I don't need to worry about copying them. So it looks like most of the heirlooms and stuff are like knickknacks and keepsakes, right? There's nothing like especially valuable or interesting.
Most of them are,
that,
right?
like,
yes.
Symbolizes the family in a significantly meaningful way.
Most of the things that they would be buried with, that would be like the most valuable, are like tools that they used during their lifetime.
Okay.
Right. Particularly old brewer's kit, or people buried with their tools that they used in life.
Okay. I'll leave all that stuff there then, and we can head out of this hall.
Okay.
And I'll see if I can check the book, since I found the section that was talking about this tomb. I want to see if I can find the section about whoever the person with this hammer in the other room was, and see if it says anything about them or the hammer the statue has.
All right. You begin looking through the book, and you find that this statue down here is a particularly famous dwarf. He is known as Blacksteel, and his family has taken his name. So there are many Blacksteels buried down in this side of the tomb. He was known for changing foundry practices. He was a craftsman who reiterated upon the ability to make mithrils, and so he was buried with a large mithril hammer. He was known to be a large man amongst dwarves. He often towered above his predecessors, and was therefore given a large oversized hammer to work with. And it is not the one that he was buried with. It seems that the one he was buried with was created using his old tactics, like his old practices that he created after his death by his apprentices, and marked with the lineage of the gods to kind of give reverence to the gift he gave them, right? And so started the House of Blacksteel many years ago. You begin reading through the dates, and you believe that this man predated the Rifts by some centuries.
Okay. And you said that the hammer that the statue is holding wasn't his hammer. It wasn't his.
It was created for his tomb. Yeah.
Okay. Was he buried with his hammer, or did it get passed on?
The hammer that he used was indeed buried with him. It is said that he used a warhammer in his crafting, and it was one of the things buried in his tomb.
Does the description of it match the one that Rose found?
It does indeed.
Okay, cool. So that's all right. Are there still Blacksteels currently, like in the modern, dwarven culture? Are there still?
Not in your hall. These are Blacksteels that lived in the Amber Hall. Perhaps you might find a descendant of the Blacksteel that left in the diaspora of the dwarves.
Okay.
But you
ask the dwarf in town.
You didn't.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of dwarves around. I wasn't sure if the family had gone on to any prominence. I recognized the name, but
you probably wouldn't recognize very many dwarven names outside of your hall.
Okay.
Fairly insular. If you did, they would be quite famous.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'll keep the hammer so that I can, if I find a Blacksteel, I can pass it on to their family as a symbol of their legacy.
Sure.
As he's done reading his book, he's like, "Can we leave now?"
He has a point. Are we about done here, Gorik? Is there anything left?
There's a few things left.
There's pages missing from this book, I will say.
I mean, at this point, likely used for kindling. Consider those who most likely took from it.
perhaps, or perhaps a family was stricken from their histories. They
It's
would have
possible
to
as
have
well.
committed I was going to say a grave crime.
Uh,
I mean, the book is still massive, right?
It is. It's over a foot thick, right? It is heavy and filled with centuries and centuries of history.
If these books are written with the possibility of people being removed, I imagine a book that size, 100 pages, might just be par for the course. Especially if there was treachery involved in the fall of the Amber Halls.
Yes. I cannot say why the pages were removed. I guess I could ask one of the ghosts that we met if they know anything about it.
That you
But it
laid
would
to
depend.
rest.
No, I technically have. I have one more third level spell slot. I could cast and speak with dead one more time.
Oh,
but
on
that
the corpse.
Isn't there a time limit on the death?
No, but I think there's.
The only limitation I know is that it fails if the Speak with Dead has been used on that corpse within like the last week or so.
Within the last 10 days.
10 days. There you go.
Yeah. So.
5e is just so loose. I'm used to
Yeah.
like, can't you only do that up to like a month back? And it's like, no.
No, yeah, so that's one thing Gorek might do. But I'm not going to do that until I know that I don't need a third level spell to keep us all alive a little longer. Greg, did the hall end down here at the bottom, or did it keep going and that's just the edge of this map?
So the things that you haven't explored from this great hall, if we take a look. Down here to the very south, where I'm pinging, this is a large great door. And it is made of very thick stone, and it is depicting the last of the great families of the Amber Hall. It is believed that this would probably be the founder of the Amber Hall's family, buried there. This is a great chamber.
There aren't any goblin tunnels leading that direction from in here, are there?
There are, yes.
Okay.
Should we go kick down the door?
The other
You're gonna break your foot. It's a stone door. Don't be silly.
Well, kick it with the bottom of your foot, not the.
There was
not
also the
front of your foot.
cave-in up here, right?
Correct. The other place you haven't gone is up there, and it's less of a cave-in and more like there's a bunch of rubble scattered over
okay.
there. It is passable, right? It is not like there is an impassable.
So it's not. It's like difficult terrain, basically.
Yes.
But there aren't goblin tunnels that go north off this wall, right?
No, from the area in here where the roper was protecting it, the only things that were disturbed by goblins were these southern 4 chambers. The north ones are not.
No, it did. It's right here.
Let's try the big grand burial hall. See if we can find anything there.
You don't want to you don't want to finish the other like mini quest area before we continue the main quest?
We can all mini quests are time immemorial. We can go do a mini quest whenever. We should do the main quest now.
Yeah, we can come back in 4 more levels after we've forgotten about this place.
Yeah.
Really throw Greg through a loop. You know, that dwarven tomb was awesome. Maybe there's new stuff there now.
We don't want anything to sneak up from behind us, though.
No, I agree. We'll take up the rubble area first.
But if all the tunnels go south, then wouldn't the most likely candidate for an attack from behind be from the south?
But that's not attack from behind because we're heading that way next.
Were there?
No,
Greg-
we're going north into the. He wants to go north past the rubble.
Greg, were there tunnels in the southern rooms here, or just in the statue room?
Where are you pinging? I'm sorry.
Bottom right corner of the map.
Okay, bottom right corner of the map where the fire pits were. There are tunnels in all of the rooms as you would expect. It seems like a lattice work of goblins.
Do they go south farther
Correct.
south off the map though?
Yes. So
Okay.
let me take a look at this map here.
The fact that we don't have tunnels going north, but do have tunnels going south, tells me that the goblins are probably networked going south and probably not going north.
That is.
There
potentially
are
true.
tunnels entering the south from this hall down here. The farther to the east you get, so this room here next to the fire, and the room right next to it do not have tunnels going south, but these 3
The other 3 do.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go south.
All right.
I feel like there's just going to be another monster in the rubble spot, and not goblins. Where if we just keep following the goblin tunnels, we'll find goblins.
Okay, so the five of you make off down into the main hall to the south, where you see the great stone door of the dwarves leading into the hall of the amber, where where the lord of the amber hall, the founder of it, rests. The doors are heavy, but are clearly able to be pushed open. In fact, they are slightly ajar at the moment. They're not sealed entirely shut.
As we go towards this thing, towards the store, and like the doors are open.
Mm-hmm.
Do you reckon? You obviously told us about the stone dwarf, right?
Yeah. You guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess I would have had to have translated it because you guys wouldn't have understood.
Yeah, we didn't have tongues. Yeah, so when we get to the door, I bet you my new cool bow that the big stone guy is in here.
I don't have any use for your giant bow, Sambar. But
it's just a wager. You can sell it for all I care.
It is likely.
Got a good feeling he was smushing people up in here.
If this is the hold of the founding family, and I'll flip through the Book of the Dead to find their name.
They are the Lords of Amber. That is what they are called.
Okay. If this is the burial hall of the Lords of Amber, extra precautions are likely to have been taken. An animated statue is far from outside the realm of possibility.
I can't kill one of those. Well, I could give it a go. But...
With enough determination, I'm certain you could achieve results. But let us try and avoid destroying the tomb's defenses if we can.
You just see him just like raise a hand. He's like, yeah, let's do this.
I think Gorik should go in first. He's a dwarf after all.
Mm-hmm. I'm 100% down with that. And then you just see me pull out the orange out of the silver urn that keeps things fresh, and I just start munching on it, standing.
All right, you push the doors open. They are heavy, and your muscles bulge as you force your way through. And you find yourself looking into this large, massive hall. The doors open up here to the north, and you come into a large hall. Huh?
Sorry, I just saw the hammer of the statue. I was a little shocked. Go ahead. Just go ahead, Sonkin.
If you're playing Seekers of Sarmanath bingo, that's a box for Faye makes a funny noise.
This northern section here is replete with 4 fountains and many statues of the various founding fathers of Amber. You see a hallway leading down into this kind of main chamber lined with statues. The walls of this area are many tombs and shelves like you've seen before. All of them have been picked clean, bodies strewn across the floor, any valuables from this top section taken. As you peer down this long hallway to the south, you see in this main hall there are bodies and skeletons, many dead goblins just scattered throughout the main hall. Many of them are older than the rot itself and have become nothing but dust, or small kind of ashen clumps of skeletal bone. Some of them are fresher and give off a rotting stench to your nose, but the entire area is strewn with goblin bodies, and there are no desecrations in the main area. The tombs seem to be rather intact along the shelved walls. A great dwarven statue sits on the far side, a massive hammer encrusted in gold in his hand. The statue stands probably 20 feet tall, raised on a dais. An altar sits in front of him with a large box center on it, seemingly made out of mithril, intertwined in very intricate ways, almost reminiscent of a puzzle box.
Do you think this is the big dwarf?
Probably.
Do the bodies that are dead, that are recently dead, do they look like maimed in any way, or do they just all look unprotected?
Oh, they were probably hammer smashed.
Do they look hammer smashed, or
Was it hammer time?
Would you like to go find out?
Gorik, I think you should probably go first. You might be well received in these halls.
Before we go all the way down, I feel like we should probably check these little side rooms and then
Sure.
advance. But
All right. These side areas are exactly like all the other tombs that you have gone down, picked clean by goblins, bones scattered on the floor, the holes dug into the walls, trying to find whatever treasure that they could.
okay, no ghosts, no valuables, no goblins in either.
Not in any of these side.
Are these
chambers.
water?
Yes, they are fountains, very similar to the ones that you found in the chamber of Ungral.
Okay, I don't have a token yet, but Gorik will, after we've checked the other rooms, Gorik will definitely advance into
All right.
the entryway of this big hall.
So the five of you make your way down the entranceway to the Great Hall. As you step across the threshold of these statues, you see this great statue raise its head. A creaking sound echoes back to you. You see flaming red eyes, and it hollers out in the ancient dwarven tongue, "Intruders!" And with that, I think we will end our session for today. We have hit 4 o'clock, and so we will pick up this at the other side. I kind of thought we would go through this a little quicker. My bad. But yeah, I think we will end it here for today rather than go through a combat that can take some time.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so I need a few minutes to calculate some XP for you. Why don't you guys give out any shout outs you want before we close off the stream here for the day?
Give me that LUQ plug. I'm waiting for it.
We are still getting ready to record the LU Q&A episode. We may do that on our next recording date for the podcast is June 12th. So that might be the day that we do the LU Q&A. So if you are enjoying the LUQ show, and you have any questions for the characters, for the players, for the GM, about the world, for NPCs that we've encountered that you want to know more about, anything like that, either email them to admin@slapstudios.com, or tweet them at slapthedash on Twitter, and just tag them #LUQN, the letter N, A, just like DNDQNA, LUQNA. And we will go through as many of those as we can in the upcoming mailbag episode. Also want to say today, in the United States anyway, today is June 1st. I am wearing my rainbow ampersand t-shirt. Happy Pride Month, everybody.
I agree. Happy Pride Month.
Listeners who are LGBTQIA plus community members. Happy Pride Month, guys. And I think that's about it. I'll drop all my links back in chat again in case you're watching the old Twitch VOD. Oh, wait, nope, that did not copy correctly. I'll do that in a second. Somebody else can do the shout out while I'm copying that. That's not a big deal.
Anybody else got something they want to holler out?
Sean, Faye, Chandler.
Jedla.
Sounds like
Blazers are out of the playoffs, so I want the Warriors to win in 5 games exactly. If that happens, then I'm going to win $50 from NBA.com.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm cheering against you because Kawhi Leonard is boss.
Go read the Wheel of Time because you should all buy into my obsessions.
I gotta start that up
Shout
again.
out to Wheel of Time. All right. Well then, sounds like we've gotten shoutouts taken care of. I want all of you to take home 570 XP for today's session.
Nice. Only like 7,000 to go.
Yeah. And
You said 570, right?
570 experience.
Yep.
It came out really even.
Nice.
Alrighty. Well, thank you all for playing with me. I had a very good time. Thank you all for coming by and watching in chat. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will see you next week as we get through this dungeon that I thought would be done in 1 week. So, hey! Timing. Adios, everybody.
You know time is stagnating for dwarves, right?
That's true. That's true. All right, we'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh.